Well, it's not Monday, but we're here.
Yep. Yes, we are. Welcome to Power and Speed. Please call in 908-751-0211.
And the usual likes on Facebook and iTunes, which you're not going to do anyway, and you're not going to call
We
either.
actually-
Just don't be so negative, man.
If the like things, really matters, I'm surprised that's where it is. I mean, I don't know. I mean, does it matter?
It is where it is, you're trying to say?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't. It probably doesn't matter, but it's nice that.
No, I mean, shit. If you like us, like us. If you don't,
Watch,
don't.
Our fan page is going to eclipse our main page. So.
Yeah, right. That'll be exactly. I don't look at any of them really, unless I have to go there. As a matter of fact, I want to say that I'm sorry that everybody doesn't have your little nernies that you made there, Fudd. Them fucking.
Oh, no, and I need to make a few more.
Yeah, you do need to make more. But Tom was supposed to give me the addresses, and he said they're on Facebook. So I looked. I made an effort, and I looked. But they're in like 7 different places. I don't know which was the official, you get one, you don't, and I don't have enough yet. But, even our boy Aaron, he's going to get his in Australia or New Zealand or wherever.
The other side of the world?
We'll make sure he gets one.
Yeah, everybody will get one.
Yeah, no, and I've got enough material laying around. Why not? Let's go.
Hang on, we actually have a caller on already.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yo, buddy, what's up?
Yeah, I wanted to call. I heard Fudd was going to be on today, and I wanted to see if the engineer decided on manifolds for that Dodge piece of junk.
Hang on, I want to stop here. This is not a goof call. This is a listener because I've seen his name before. He's not fucking with you.
Yeah, no, I understand that, and I honestly, I'm not going to decide on that until the car comes back here to Jersey. The car's in Wisconsin getting the Cajun.
You're gonna get those nice tube headers.
Probably. I mean, just because it'll be easier to. The Barracuda has really, really short, room in front of the radiator. I'm just gonna see what works.
Those cars are all over the place on the Mopar the Mopar forums with 5.3s in them with turbos.
Swapped? Really?
Yes. I mean, like I said, they sell the K-frames to do it, and a lot of the guys are doing it.
I already have a QA1 K-frame.
Right.
So.
Well, I'm not saying you have to do the K-frame, but I'm saying there's a lot of them out there that are doing it. They're at the bottom of the list because all the Mopar guys are hating on them for putting a 5.3 in them. But the guys are like, it's cheap, and I'm not going to do a 340 for this.
Yeah, no, and I like I said, I need to see it in front of me. I'm gonna be doing the headers. I'm gonna be tacking the headers, and I'll take them to someone who actually can weld.
That ain't me.
No, I'm not taking it.
My brother either. He's looking for work.
Like,
so.
What's hilarious is the fact that I bought a dirt small block. I bought a 10.5-to-1 with the Brodix heads and all that stuff.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That little older technology, and I'm shoving it in a Dodge D50, which is like a Mitsubishi Mighty, a little tiny light pickup truck.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to talk about
space.
He wants to talk about not a lot of room.
I can't imagine you get anything more compact than manifolds as far as being tucked up to the motor and everything else. I mean, that's got to be ideal.
Well, I mean, I don't have a better answer because the car is not in front of me. The car is 900 miles away. And I got to put these 2 turbos there, and I got to put the intercooler, and I got to put everything in the front of this car. And the guy who's building the car tells me it's very short.
Okay.
That's all I got.
You can look at is the Corvette manifolds. The Corvette manifolds don't, they exit like in the middle, like they come down to center point. They don't go rearward or, they don't exit in one particular direction. They're very center.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you got those, and you can run tubing to wherever you want your turbos to be mounted. That would be an option, and then it stays pretty nice and clean. But you want to spend more money than you have to, and that's fine.
Yeah, no.
We're gonna get into Fudd spending money in a little bit because we're gonna have a discussion about the actual implementation of going to Drag Week and the 2 different mindsets that we have.
I could say one more thing on that.
Yes.
Doesn't that thing originally have the 4G63 short block?
What?
It's a G63B.
Right.
It is, and I'll be honest with you, that Larry Lombardo built 358 dirt motor makes, I forget what the document
610 said. Somewhere around there, 600, 610.
I think it's like 598 at the flywheel.
Yeah.
Or maybe a little better. And I'm putting a turbo 350 behind it with an 8/8 swapped rear, and double adjustable rear shocks, and keeping the leaf springs with some traction bars. And for the amount of money that I paid for the small block versus the amount of money that I would have to pay to make that 4G63 motor make that, I mean, it's kind of it's a dumb idea to go with the 4G63. And plus, I'm putting 2 kits on the small block because it's 10.5 to 1, and it's, you know, good flowing cylinder head and all that fun stuff. So it should be fun. I got a couple of guys around me that have nice new expensive cars that I want to kind of beat up on them a little.
Like Corvettes and stuff, right?
I was going to say,
Why, Tad? Why?
I was going to say, if you think I have a nice new expensive car, holy crap, no.
I pulled mine out of the woods like 6 months ago. And I got it for free. But there's one that has an 04 Cobra that's been kind of busted on me, and he makes like 600 at the tires with a VMP blower on it. And I'm going to show him. I'm going to show him how the hillbilly guys do it.
That's a tight fit to put a Cobra motor in that thing.
All right, man. Well, look, thanks for calling, and we're going to get into the nuts and bolts of kind of how we're going to do this moving forward, and it ought to be interesting because we have 2 completely different views about how to do this, and I'm hoping that some of the Drag Week guys that listen can help with this because I have questions. I really do.
He does.
Sorry, man. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. I'll be listening then.
See you guys
later.
Bye.
See, we have fans.
Yes, we do.
Now, what? Wait, I just something just filtered through my gray matter here.
Mm-hmm.
I remember these, like, just as brief glimpses of somebody sitting in a chair like that saying, well, you know, Mike, you might have 250 listeners.
Oh.
There are so many ways you are wrong on a daily basis. It's insane.
Okay.
But this...
What was that, 2 years ago?
We only have 27 listeners right now.
Yeah, right. Out. Look, you're still right.
Right. So.
No, what I...
Hang on. This is my buddy.
Oh,
Luke.
boy.
Luke, who fucks with me. Hang on. What's up, Luke?
How's it going?
You nozzle.
Luke, how you doing, man?
Trying to break a record tonight.
Yeah, I got 2 callers. That's we're killing it.
Isn't that a record?
Yes. Might be. What's up, man? I saw you wanted to call and fuck with me for some reason.
Yeah, I got to bust your balls about something.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, him, not me. That's good.
So I drew up this awesome picture for the T-shirts, and Tom's like, yo, hey, send that to me. And so I did, and then he's like, oh, that's got too much shit. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, well, Mike likes plain. Why you got to be boring, Mike?
Okay, listen.
Well, Mike gave me an idea. I'm supposed to be working on something, but...
All right, let me explain this to you. I think I might be considered a minimalist. I mean, if you look at my house, there's like a couch, a gun safe. You know, I mean, there's not a lot of stuff.
And one Picasso over the living room couch, but anyway.
Yes. I like mechanical, blocky stuff, kind of. But that's just me. But I will go on record and say, I have not seen your design.
Yeah, send it in.
Well, I mean, he probably sent it to Tom, but
Tom,
did you see it, Ted?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
It should be in the chat, the messages,
Really?
Facebook.
Oh, that's why I don't see it.
Mike's allergic to Facebook.
That's
Okay.
Do I really have to start using that thing?
Yeah.
Facebook.
Oh, God.
Everybody else is.
Hang on after the show and just email it to me, and I'll send it to Mike.
Yeah,
'Cause I don't want to give. I don't want to
honestly
give.
take a look at it, and we kind of had something going that I think Tad's going to try to work on.
Yeah,
But-
I've just been too lazy.
I mean, look, I want to go on record as saying that we're going to make, when we finally come up with it, a whole shitload of T-shirts, and we're just going to give them to people. I mean, I don't give a shit. It's worth it to me.
I'm in.
Yeah. So trust me, everybody will get one, but I don't want anybody thinking, well, oh, you fucked me on the T-shirts. No, we don't have any. and honestly, the little things that Alan made, I was going to ship out, but I didn't really get clarification of where they go and to who, because there was shit all over that Facebook thing.
Yeah, no, I only made a few. Like I said, it's just drops of material I have laying
a
around.
stupid little thing for free. You know, whatever.
like the little thing you put on top of your poker stack when you're deciding what to do.
Because that's what we all do.
Okay.
God.
Sorry.
I'll just apologize in advance for this show. hopefully it'll get better. Anything else, Luke? Is that all you wanted to break my balls about? It's the best you got? You sissy?
I'm sure you can break his balls about something else.
Luke's pretty good. He fucks me on the times I go to Facebook. I see.
There was a NASCAR Mopar motor for sale on the bullet forums today.
Oh yeah, that's useful.
$7,500 could be yours.
Oh,
There you go.
everybody's bought shit like that, and they're useless.
Exactly.
They're
that's why I
completely useless. The
groaned when
circle
you said
track idiots buy those things, and you got to turn them like $9,000.
Yeah,
and
but
they're gonna go over.
they don't have the ability to put a turbo on them, put boost into it.
They don't have the ability to do anything.
No,
They're
but we
so
can.
purpose-built.
Alan can though. There's no rules.
No. Honest. Okay. I'm not even going down that road, Ted.
All right, Luke. Well, thanks for calling in, and I will make sure I look at the T-shirt.
All right.
All right, buddy. I'll see you. All righty. So let's
so
get
now
into.
so now we start.
So now we start. Well, look, we have people calling. I think that's
No,
pretty
I think
good.
that's great.
All right.
Anyone else want to call in? Go ahead.
Well, actually, we need somebody that can clarify Mike's got to give us the questions where we can take where the tires have to be on your car. Do you have to take the entire, the tires through all the races?
Well,
or
no,
can you
I have questions, procedural questions. And this comes from being an engine builder, because people need to realize that if you're an engine builder, what you do is you find a way to exploit the rules to your best interest.
No, we all cheat as best we can.
No, I don't cheat.
Not cheat.
Cheat is a bad word. We abuse
conform
the rules.
to the rules in the best way possible?
Abuse, conform, same thing.
So now there's a guy, Kevin, that I talked to. He's one of the guys that got the drag week conversation started. Good dude.
Mm-hmm.
And he said there are people that run the entire, week event on a set of tires, that they drive them and race them. Is that practical? Does it work? Does it not work? Because
No, and I
hold
think
on. Let's start here.
Mm-hmm.
What spare parts would you like to carry with you, Alan?
Yeah, I've heard this.
I'd like to carry whatever spare parts I can.
Okay. But let's go a little deeper, because
Mhm.
you were like giving me a list.
Yeah, no,
Like you were going to ShopRite for your wife.
Yeah, and
Tell
I
me.
need bananas, oranges. No, I don't know what fails on, an LS.
Mhm.
I know what,
Nothing. That's why we use them.
They're perfect.
I don't know, water pump, alternator, just normal stuff, coil packs, spark plug wires. If I have to carry a trailer,
Mhm.
I will carry a reasonable amount of spares and all the tools to put them on.
Mhm.
And I will probably switch tires
Mhm.
if I'm allowed. If I'm not allowed, I'll take my chances and just drive the car.
Hang on. I'm going to write my list while you're talking.
Well, from the crowd here on Mixler,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I hear valve springs, fuel pumps.
Yeah, the fuel pump.
Multiple valve springs.
Yeah, and valve springs. Yes, certainly.
Yeah, fuel pumps, head gasket. Well, head gaskets. If the head gasket goes,
No,
I'm done.
Yeah, no. Mike's carrying fuel.
Spark plug wrench
Mm-hmm.
and 2 sets of spark plugs.
Okay.
Ideally, that's where I'd like to be. Can I explain my reasoning? I'd like
Go ahead.
to.
You're the boss.
It's your show, man.
I'm not minimizing what people have done here. I'm
Mhm.
not. And I know we've all had shit that you've seen broken that you say, that should have never fucking broke. Never, ever. I've never seen one break, but it broke when you didn't want it to.
No, and those aren't the kind of things, like the weird shit that could break. That's not what I want to bring. But I don't want, a water pump or an alternator to ruin a week, because we can change everybody listening.
The
can
guy in the
change it.
chat room
Mhm.
just hit it right on the head.
Okay, I'm getting abused.
It's a
It's
Corvette.
You're screwed.
if it breaks. Because I'm not changing a trans.
Okay, who is that?
PJ is what it says. from
All
what
right,
I can see.
PJ.
You're
Very
not
good.
changing a trans. You're not changing a rear. I could change a half shaft, and I could change a rear,
No, and
but I'm not gonna.
yeah, no, and I'd probably have a trans too, because I can change it. You can't.
Here's my point of all this.
Mm-hmm.
Things like water pump. my Corvettes, the highest mileage one I had was under 300. I think it was like in the 250s, 260, 270. I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember
the
that
black
car.
one.
Yeah.
That never got an alternator, never got a water pump. Now the harmonic balancer was moving around and cutting its way through the rack and all kinds of shit through the timing cover, but nothing ever went bad.
No, and the stuff I think of is, just based on, my experience with old cars and stuff like that. I don't know.
These
but
are
I
not
will
old
learn.
cars.
No, I understand.
And look,
I will learn.
Well, his is, but not the motor.
Right.
Yeah.
And
My car is really old.
I understand that,
It's exactly
people
as old as me, by the way.
People said valve springs. I get it. But what we're doing here.
No, we're not gonna abuse the valve spring.
No, Mike would like, how fast a fucking cam can I get? That one. That's what I want. I'm not going to do that because
No, we need to drive it.
it's not the purpose of this. So, for me, when you try to do this in the fashion that I want to do it, I'm making a street car go fast.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you've always been looking at this from the other side. You've been trying to make a drag car survive.
Mm-hmm.
It's two entirely different mindsets.
I don't disagree. Oh, you're allowed to look and I'm not.
Yes.
Owner.
But you know what I'm saying? The same thing with a fuel pump.
Mm-hmm.
Fuel pumps go bad. Yeah, I know they go bad. They could. But would you put a fuel pump in your car that you'd be worried to drive the thing to Florida?
No. But
Well, Jeff said put rods in, but we know his point. So.
he didn't actually say that, did he?
Oh, no, I forget who mentioned rods. I figured it was Jeff.
But do you understand what I'm saying?
No.
I think
if I have the opportunity to carry spares, I'm going to carry whatever spares I can figure out will work.
Yeah, but where do you draw that line? Okay, common things. Fuel pump. All right, kind of. I could get a fuel pump, throw in a glove compartment. Fine.
Right.
I could carry that.
No. And honestly, if we're lucky enough to get into this, I'm going to be neurotic and try and what's the best way I can do all of this and make sure. And next year, yeah.
And I'm going to drive past you and laugh at you while you're busy rummaging around through your trailer to find I don't know what.
That's the funny thing is this sounds like such an amazing thing, but it sounds like a challenge to a car.
It is, and that's what this is.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
People bring in extra trans. Ooh.
Listen,
I'm not putting a spare trans in the back of the Barracuda. I might put it on a trailer, but I'm not carrying it in the back of the Barracuda.
I would never in a million years think about changing a trans out there.
Yeah, you have a Corvette.
Yeah, never in a million years. I'd rather jerk off with a piece of sandpaper. There is no way.
What grade, mind you?
60.
Okay, when we were in high school, how long would it take us to change a trans?
Trust me, high school was a long, long time ago.
Yeah, no, you're a little older than me, but how long would it take us?
But I'm trying to tell. Well, I will say this: during the import drags that we were at, the Big Valley from Puerto Rico broke the trans. They replaced the transaxle in the Englishtown pits, which I thought was amazing because that trans is a nightmare. The size of it, the weight, and blah blah blah. But they had a long way to go home to try to change it. I mean, I could see if you want to swap a glide, but it's not the.
Yeah, if you're gonna swap
I'd get a tow and go the hell home.
No, if you're gonna swap a glide, what does it take? An hour and 15 minutes if we're old, 45 minutes when we're young.
It's going to take you more than that, Lane. And,
Well, yeah, and you're going to smell like ATF.
Let me just stop you here, too, Genius.
Sure.
Because we've been going back and forth about the trans issue.
Mm-hmm.
My thought on a trans is a 4L80.
Mm-hmm.
Your thought on a trans is a Paraglide. Because I think you're still somewhat retarded. But just hold up a minute here. This is, again, street car versus race car. There's one little variable we haven't talked about.
Mm-hmm.
So could you continue with your parts list? The spare converter, perhaps? You're going to bring that too? So trans converter, tires.
Jack stands,
yeah,
toolkit.
Mm-hmm.
Trailer.
Yep.
You're going to tow that with a glide?
No, and that's also been part of the question.
Well, you can't have a support vehicle, as far as I know. You got to have it on your trailer. You got to take
There's the next question, because I'm a rules guy.
Yeah,
this is.
Yeah, Mike's going to bend the rules as far as he possibly can.
Like Tom knows this, that once you do trade shows, you you find the most efficient ways
Yeah.
to do things. Sometimes
I'll
it's
pay a union guy to move it all.
well,
for you.
sometimes it's paying the guy $20 to let you in the side door. It's, getting friendly with, whatever. You make
Sometimes
your
it's-
way around.
Sometimes it's shipping all your clothes ahead of time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
That's my things.
so now a car with limited space, what would I do? I would make little care packages of stuff. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here. And when I get there, my stuff is there. Can I do that with tires? Can I mean, you understand where I'm going
No,
with this?
and I'm living within the spirit, and you're probably going a little beyond.
There is no spirit in winning and losing.
Yeah, but we all have to look at one thing. Mike told me a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, do you clean your socks? I was like, well, yeah. He goes, I don't. I throw them out and buy new ones.
Well-
So he's got a thing he can just buy.
That's not, no. There's a whole thing behind the socks, but we'll get into that at another date.
Yeah, you get our laundry list.
I would ship what I needed for me because I mean, really, I can't put anything in that car. It's a convertible.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't have
No
as
trunk,
big,
no hatchback, no nothing.
Well, it's got a hatch, but you're not putting a lot in there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I went to Florida. Beth and I went to Florida and loaded the car up.
And you probably actually did it with that car.
With that car, exactly.
No shit.
And I mean, she wasn't a heavy packer, neither was I. And it was close. I mean, everything was like stuffed in there.
Yeah, like my elbow hits my...
Absolutely. So you couldn't possibly bring all the stuff in the car that you would like to bring. There's no way. So short of having a trailer, which I'm not looking forward to doing no matter what, if you're going to knock it all down to what would you really need, and I would say it's tires.
No, and honestly, I mean, Jeff needs to get my car done as soon as possible, and I need to get it here and get everything fit. And, honestly, I just need to beat the bejesus out of it and see what breaks so I know what to bring.
Yeah, but
If it doesn't break, I don't have to bring anything.
that's kind of my point. So what I want to know from listeners, and I know PJ had said it, if you can get by an entire drag week on a set of tires, if you can, let me know. I mean, will it actually work that way?
Yeah, no, if I don't need tires and nothing breaks and the tranny feels good and the temperatures don't go up, you know what? I'll just drive out and go. I don't have a problem with that. But, I do tend to be neurotic in terms of being prepared. I like having tools.
But with the exception of tires, why would you ever build a car to do this? That by the same token, you wouldn't jump in a fucking thing and say, I'm going to go to Florida. I mean, honestly, I'm just asking because I don't get it.
Well,
Or put a lockup converter in it. But anyway.
This is a 5.3 iron block that if it was in a truck, and look, we know what Jason did, with the exception of his meth problem, that just had, well, boy, that came out wrong. Shit.
no, I texted Jason before. Jason does not have a meth problem.
The problem with using meth on his induction system. Wow. When he drove that
Oh no!
all over.
He's one of the reasons why like the power glide.
But stop. He did ring gaps. He did I think valve springs and a camshaft, and that's all he did. He didn't do anything else. So these motors should drive from point A to point B. I mean, I will tell you this: sign of maturity. I don't know if I was 18 again or 20 again.
Oh, geez.
Hell yeah, I'd be doing trailer burnouts. I'd be trying to do trailer donuts. Okay, but now
not too many of you have known Michael at 18. It's kind of fun to watch.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to break anything. So I mean, the only thing that I can think of that would stop me from even driving this out there would be tires. But now that gets into the other thing. If you break something, you're not allowed a support vehicle. Are you allowed friends?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can keep our friends.
No, and you're allowed the kindness of strangers too. And that's we know where we're going, and we know where we can buy tires if but like having a spare front tire or a spare back tire. I mean, it's a long drive. You like to be prepared. That's just me, and you're trying to talk me out of being prepared, and I understand
listen, you can be just as retarded as you'd like. I don't care. I don't care if you brought a whole nother car in a Ziploc bag. I don't care. What I'm trying to get at here, Jeff, your buddy Jeff, which we can talk about.
Yeah.
Jeff is in where?
Jeff is in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
Okay. How far away is that from the starting point?
I think it's about 115 miles.
So probably like hour and a half.
Yeah. No, and
do they have highways? I don't mean that the way it sounds, but I mean like
yeah, there's an interstate that runs. Yes.
Okay. So, we're talking hammer down highway. Like if you had to be going, you could be going 70, 80.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or better.
Or I was going to say not in my car, but okay.
Okay. So let's say, because I wouldn't want to drive the car to Jeff's and then to the location, but let's say that Jeff said, look, you could park your trailer or stuff here. No problem.
Mm-hmm.
Mike drives down the road. He goes to the first race. Maybe gets a flat tire. Calls up, hey, Mrs. Jeff, can you bring me my tires? And, she's from Wisconsin, so she's disgustingly nice. Says, sure, honey, no problem. Now, I mean, is that illegal? I mean, because then really, like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but if you happen to live next to the racetrack, can you not go get your shit from your house? I mean,
no, and honestly, that'll be up to, Freeburger and the rules.
What rules, though? We can't find any rules.
What they basically said is you can't carry shit with you. That's fine.
And and you can't have a follow vehicle.
Well, that's what I mean. You can't have a follow-up vehicle.
And, like you can't have, stuff staged along the route and stuff like that.
All right, well, then if you can't have stuff staged, then that answers the question about me FedExing tires to the hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
That answers that question. That's fine. But if there's a speed shop, I don't know, in that area, and you said, hey, look, I'm going to be there next week, and you have a set of slicks for me.
No, and that's the funny thing is like, for you and I, Jeff's 950 miles away. Yeah, no, we'd make that drive out to Jeff and like, okay, Jeff, we're going to need this, and we're going to sleep on your couch.
Jeff Hester's thing. We're talking about him. So, anyway.
No. Jeff Wick, Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
Holy shit. I got 3 people calling.
Oh, really?
All right.
Uh-oh.
Well, the first 2 guys have already called him once. This is pretty bad that I have to actually say, well, you called him once. Let me get to the end. Hang on a minute. Yo, man, you're on the air or podcast.
Hey, it's PJ from, I've done the drag week thing.
Perfect.
Hey, man.
Listening to you. So you can, if you blow a tire or something, you can get it shipped from a shipping summit or whoever to a hotel or something.
Mm-hmm.
There's even been guys that have shipped nitrous kits from Summit to the track to try to go faster.
Okay.
You can get stuff sent to you if you need it. You can't have people following you in motorhomes or, doing that kind of stuff. But a lot of what happens on drag week is you're broken. You know a friend in Michigan where the track is. You can use their garage. You can use their tools. That's not really an issue. The biggest part of it is they're trying to keep it in. You have a street car, you should be able to do the route with a minimal amount of supply,
right?
And help.
And Mike is holding up his hands like, of course, that's what the fuck I'm talking about.
And I'm saying if we're going to do that kind of drive, I want to be prepared. And somewhere in the middle is probably the actual answer.
Why is it with you in this middle all the time? Everything you say, you know what that is? That makes you a non-committed douchebag. You always it's in the middle, Mike. Shut up. Look, let me ask, let's get into the tire thing, PJ.
Yeah.
What tires did you run? And you ran them the entire event. Did you drive to the first event? Did you tell me your use case?
Okay, so I'm in Canada. So for me, it's a 2,500 mile trip to get there.
Holy shit.
I towed the car to drag week. I run a Falcon, so I've got 235 60-15s on the car. I run the Mickey Thompson ET Street SS.
Mm-hmm.
I did bring a set of street radials just for the rain. If it did rain, I was covered because last year was a great case of perfect weather. There's been years where it's torrential downpour and guys have been stuck on the side of the road for 8 hours waiting for the rain to clear because they can't drive. And
if anybody's never done that's listening, try driving on a slick in the rain. It's like worse than ice. Yep. People don't know.
Yes. Now with the advent of the new radial stuff coming along as good as it is, a lot of guys, and I'm talking probably 50, 60 cars have done the entire event on the Mickey Thompson ET Street the pros, the 275 pros,
Mm-hmm.
the ET Streets radials, and had success on it, including rain. It seems if you do get rain on them, you jack the crap out of them for pressure up like 40, 45 PSI, and they're not too bad. It's just, you run that risk. If we had last year, there was a car that ended up, he made 200-mile trip with duct tape on his tire to hold it together.
Wow.
Literally wrapped around the tire. So, and a guy named Alex Corolla run a Mustang, and he had to plug the tire on the last day. And, before he ran it down the track, he ended up getting the tire sent to the track, swapped it over in the pits, and made his final pass. So you never know what's going to happen. So the tire thing is, you can definitely do it on a set of radials. It's just you're running that risk of, if you have issues, can you get a tire to you in time?
Yeah.
We were fortunate last year. We drove by the Hoosier distribution plant, so they put tires on a couple cars too. So,
and I can understand about the staging of parts that, like, you're going to have your tires worn out by the second track, so you've got another set there waiting. I get that, and it sounds like,
and I mean, the biggest thing with that, you can, if you need parts, you need parts. They want you to finish the event, but they don't want, if you tried to ship your drag radials from track A to track B, you're never going to get them there. So, and then the fact that,
well, no, Michael will actually have a set of drag radials at every track.
that's not true. Because I don't think you should. But you see, this is where I was going with this. If you brought your own shit closer to where you're going to be, and this is what I'm talking about. Like this guy, how far away were you from the start point?
2,500 miles.
Okay.
2,300 miles, yeah.
Okay. So
Where are you from?
Lethbridge, Alberta.
Oh, geez.
So,
Which is,
go ahead.
it's funny though, because we have guys that, a guy that drives down from Grand Prairie to Drag Week in the car he runs.
Good for him, man. No, we're feeling brave driving, 400 to 900 miles.
I'm not.
I am, not Michael.
But you're driving a new Corvette, so
an old Corvette.
Yeah, it's actually an old Corvette.
it's a new.
Yeah,
it's
C5, yeah, old.
Yeah, C5's not old.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if with all of this put together, you're coming 2,300 miles. I'd be going from, my location to the start point, probably about 1,900, right? Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
What's that equal? Like 50 Sonic trips?
Probably. If I brought the car to that location and brought all the shit I think I would need, this is where the question comes in. Friends. Somebody can't follow you with a vehicle, but can you, for lack of a better term, have a retard on standby and be like, hey, I'm broke. I need help. And they're like, what do you need? Go to the trailer, get this.
No.
That's not okay.
No, that's not okay. You can't have somebody, with your trailer bringing stuff. You have to rely on the kindness of co-competitors and friends. You can't have your stuff staged at the start point and have somebody follow you. Not follow you, but you can't call them and say, I need that shit out of the trailer. You cannot do that.
You realize this is kind of a gray, strange area here. Because then, all right. So
It very much is a gray area. Last year, Jeff Oppenheim, car lit on fire. He phoned his father-in-law, I think, who was he was 800 miles away, said, I need a new Holley HP Dominator ECU setup because his car lit on fire, and he got in the truck and drove it to him.
well, see, that's it. Like,
From home is something, from the start point is different.
So what? I take it in the ass because I live in New Jersey and some guy lives in next door to the racetrack. That's what I'm saying. And let's say, let me just draw this out so we can visualize what I'm trying to say. I decide I'm going to throw the Corvette in one of my brother's circle track trailers. Throw it in there, throw all the crap in there I think I'm going to need. Me, Tad, Tom, maybe you, make you ride in the back seats. We drive out there with the trailer. We get in, and then your car is obviously not going to be done. So Tad is going to go with you in the excursion. And Tom and I, let's say we're in a Corvette. Because you're my friends, I can't ask you for help. I mean, I could ask a good Samaritan, hold up a sign. Look, need help. And you stop with Tad Say, I'll help you. Sorry, you can't. I know you guys. It's just
Well, you have to stay within
This
the you have to stay within the spirit of, it's just something that pays nothing that's fun to do.
I understand. I can't help it. I'm a rules guy. I'm an
Yeah.
engine builder. I look for everything. I can't help it.
Yeah. How many years did you spend with, stock and super stock and just reading rule books and trying to figure out what to do?
All I've ever done.
Yeah.
With everything.
And that makes you a little nutty.
So, but it's nice here. I mean, honestly, my idea is I would like to do this with a set of tires, the car, a plug wrench, some plugs in case you nip a plug, and if anything breaks, it goes home.
No.
That's kind of my thought.
Go ahead,
The
PJ.
biggest thing, if you want to do it that way, if you want to do it on the most basic amount of stuff with you possible, make the car as easy to service with the most common parts available.
The wrong car then.
Put a fuel pump in the car. Yeah, but if you put a fuel pump in the car, make sure it's something that's easy to get, not some custom built.
No, and this actually goes back to something Michael and I were talking about. I was going to put air conditioning in the car. I'll wait till after drag week. I was going to put power steering in the car. I'll wait till after drag week. I'll leave off shit that might break.
No, but he makes a good point.
Yeah.
Like if there was an in-tank fuel pump setup or
Having it
a
external.
frame rail mounted, yes,
Yep.
that would make much more sense for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you got to think probably the top 2 or 3 things that take cars out of drag week are fuel pumps, valve trains, and transmissions.
Mm-hmm. No, and the tranny makes me nervous because I don't want one in the back of the car.
It's taken out a C5 Corvette in the past from it had radial shake on the line and it broke a servo inside. So
Yeah, and they can certainly do that. I've had a couple instances where mine got into that oscillation, and it's awful. It's awful. All right. Well, great, man. Good info.
Yeah, keep it as simple as you can and as easy to service for easy stuff to get.
KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
Then I would
They might get a Mopar and put a Chevy.
I would basically need a jigsaw
Shut up,
to
Ted.
cut holes all over the car to service everything. Is what I would need.
And the jerk off switch?
Yeah, when it breaks, it's a vet. You're screwed. So
Yep. Yep. Well, that was kind of my plan. Go there, look, I'm under no mental disorder here that I think I'm going to go there and win.
Oh, no.
That's never going to happen.
If I show up, I've won for me. If I make, any kind of progress, even better. No, it's your first try.
I just want to jam my finger in my throat and barf every time you say
it's
shit
your
like
first
that.
try.
It's a new day and age. Everybody wins.
I know. Well,
No,
everybody,
I'm not going to get a trophy just because I showed up,
Please.
but I'm going to feel good.
He wants one.
all the listeners, make sure you have a trophy for Alan. Okay. All right. PJ, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
anytime.
See ya. I'm just happy if God, it's sickening.
Get through the first day. That's good. Okay, you get through the first day. That'll be good.
I love it.
Okay, you.
I'm not racing, so it don't matter.
I was gonna say, let's not even talk to Tad.
I'd love to just convey the view I'm giving Fuddly.
Yeah.
But I understand the spirit of the rules, and I wouldn't be looking to violate the spirit of the rules, but I wanted clarification as to what they're really trying to get people to do. In my vision of Drag Week, knowing what it was based around and the ideas and the principles, it's a street car that you're going to go there, you're going to race as fast as you can, and this is what you're going to do. I'm not going to say that I'm against the trailer side of things, but if it's a street car and it's made to be reliable and durable, I would like to be able to drive it there, race it, and go home. That would be the idea, because that's how, I would use a street car. If I was going to go to Englishtown tomorrow and I had this car sitting here already done, I would drive to Englishtown. If it broke, I would have it towed home. I mean, that's kind of how we do it. Are both of you fucking idiots going to look at your computer and fucking what the fuck are you doing?
I'm looking at it. I'm typing. I'm replying to somebody.
I'm sitting here talking. Hold on. I wish people could understand this. I'm sitting here talking. Tad's got this mad scientist grin on his face, typing in the chat room. And Alan's got his cell phone holding it 8 feet away from him because he can't fucking see.
Oh, yeah.
But however, I was listening to you. I've got headphones on. I can hear you.
You can't help
I
it.
wasn't
What was I
ignoring.
saying?
What's that?
What was I saying?
I have no idea.
Exactly.
I was waiting for something important.
Oh, Lukey B. Train wreck.
Yep. This is unbelievable.
It's how freaking drag week's going to be if we're all there. So.
So let's ask some serious questions of you, Fuddly.
Okay.
Your particular vehicle, the plan is now single turbo or twin turbo?
I haven't committed.
Okay.
I'm still going to copy Jason's car until I learn more.
Transmission?
Still going to copy Jason's car until I learn more.
What does Jason have for a trans?
Power glide.
Okay. No trailer, right?
Nope.
Just driving the thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I say 4L80, but anyway.
No, and
You have one in your truck.
I do. That's been the thing. Street guys are more 4L80 turbo 400. Drag guys are like, Christ, you have to run a power glide. And, I'm still listening.
Well, I mean, again, this goes back to kind of what I was saying. This is the reason. If it was just a drag race, that would be one thing. But they set out this route and this course to basically prove the durability of the car. So it seems to me a little silly to just try to make a race item live. Like you had told me somebody hurt a wheel bearing.
Mm-hmm. Lots.
Okay. And I'm not knocking a guy. Mm-hmm. I mean, fuck, let me make that abundantly clear. But was that a drag piece?
Yep.
I mean, was it like a drag race design spindle?
Mm-hmm. Well, it was a promo.
Okay. So were those things ever thought to drive that distance?
Nope.
Were they ever thought to drive over bumps like that and everything else?
Nope.
Could you have found some kind of spindle assembly off maybe an asphalt modified that might have been better on there?
I'm going to use like spindles from an Aspen. We're not talking about spindles.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is it is...
A power glide was designed for a car that, like drove down the highway at 70 miles an hour with the right gear.
Or a 283 or a straight six.
Yeah.
That didn't come up on boost and have to be loose enough to get it there, tight enough to hold it.
Yeah. No.
And generally speaking, not towing a trailer.
Well, I agree that the trailer part is, certainly something.
I mean, Harbor Freight sells trailers. They're cheap.
No, and I certainly wouldn't make a steel trailer. I'd make an aluminum trailer just to give myself a break.
Well, I mean, I think, I would like to think that the way I'm planning on doing this is the most thought out that it could possibly be, to take exactly the approach I'm talking about, that it's a street car. We're going to go there. We're going to go as fast as we can. Now, see, there's another question I have.
Mm-hmm.
I read that 850 is it in this class.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You can't go faster than 850. Well, what happens if you do?
That record is, that run is annulled, and it doesn't count towards your average for the week.
You mean that event?
No, that run. You're allowed to go back and turn the boost down. And somebody can correct me. But that's my understanding.
Why do I thought I saw that it was you were disqualified? Like from that event. Or did they mean you lose that run only?
I think you lose that run, but I really want to be corrected, and I know there's two guys listening that would know.
Because if you have to get to the 850, and no, I got to be right, because it says at no time in the event can you go faster than 850. And I'm sure what they mean is at the time of the event, like when you're doing, passes, like timed, like these, you're going to say, these are my passes. I'm actually racing to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go faster than 850.
That's what he said.
What?
So Lukey B said anything over 850, throw it away.
All right, so it's just a throwaway, Luke. It's not, it doesn't. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Somebody just wrote, bump to the next class. I saw that.
No, and that is another issue. It's like cars like ours, we might get bumped to the next class, but if we fit solidly within the class and we don't fit within the next, that just gets, that run gets annulled.
Sean just wrote that, and that's what I read. And again, because I'm looking, look, if they give you some leeway, all right, now we got Kevin. This is the guy I've been talking to. Hang on a minute.
Okay.
Whoops. Yo, Kevin, what's up?
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
The whole 850 thing, if you're at like 849.9, you just can't turn that pass in.
Okay.
You just go up and try again for an 850.
All right.
Okay.
Well, then what was the thing that was written in there that if you go too fast, we're going to bump you to the next class? Because that would suck.
You can't. You can't because your cage is only good to 850.
All right. Well, it seems like enough people are saying that run is not allowed. That makes me feel a lot better because I was worried about having to dance around the 850.
Mm-hmm.
And, because I'm looking at some of these guys who went like 851, 852, and I'm like, oof.
Yeah,
This is like a street car going that fast. I can't imagine they're deadly consistent like a bracket car would be.
No, and they would probably, what you were reading in the rules is they would probably allow somebody who was close on the rules to run, what is it, Street Machine versus, I don't remember the rules, but, there's like two classes. One is limited to 850, one is not.
Okay.
And, like if you were dancing around the rules and the car was legal for both and you entered the 850 class and you went past, no. You're running the fast class, which is where that Camaro was.
Okay. Oh, the other guy that called.
Yeah.
Why does my name, I can't remember the names. Kevin, who was the guy that called? The Camaro guy? He won it.
Clark.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
The really cool ass Camaro.
Yeah.
He's got a funny car cage, which he can run as fast as he wants to,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real race car. It's just on the street.
10-point cage, so you're going to be limited how fast you can actually run.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, see, these are the things that,
Yeah, I'm not going to have a funny car cage. Hopefully, I'm not going to have too much, barred that I'm going to have trouble falling out of.
Well, you can't have a bench seat with a funny car cage now, can you?
No, you can't. Well, I guess you could if you're on a bar through the seat.
you just do everything fucking weird, dude.
I
There's
do.
not a goddamn thing you do that's like a normal person. I swear to Christ. So, all right, so we've got that clarified. Well, that's good. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate that.
But what we need to clarify is, will Fudd's wife sign his permission slip for him to go?
Oh,
that
damn.
was you? Okay. I'll call you after, and because I don't want to say it over the air, but there's a message I have for you.
Everybody knows, Fudd.
I don't care.
All right, Kevin. Thanks, man. I'll be talking to you.
All right, take it easy, buddy.
See ya. Bye-bye. If not for nothing else, we have made you like at least semi-nationwide known as being controlled by the old lady.
Yeah. Tell him I said fuck you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that's good. That answers the 850 question. So the tire question, I get it. You can't, because look, what I would have done is I would have figured the midway point, whatever the midway hotel was, there would be tires there. But you can't do that. That's staging. I get it. Makes sense.
I'm calling tranny guy and converter guys. I haven't talked to tire guys. The tire guys, if they tell me the tires will last.
Well, Mike told me one before. He's like, what if I took off my parachute and put my slicks back there? So it's like a Continental kit with a Corvette going up the road.
They had a couple of guys doing that where just the street tires were hanging off the back. And
yes.
Yep.
And that is something that could probably be done.
That way you can get on the cover of Hot Rod magazine with that
I know,
Corvette.
but see, that's the thing. I don't want the cover or nothing. I just want to go to have fun. That's all I want to do. And if I could pull tires like that, I mean, look, the other nice thing is that depending on, overall the car, they're not giant tires. It's not like I'm trying to put on the back like a 1733.
Yeah.
The car is limited to what you could really put on a thing.
Yeah. No, we're going to have about the same size tire, I assume.
Yeah. Mine's just going to be on the shorter side.
Yeah.
That's
I'm going to have a 31 1050. You'll have what, a 29 or so?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, basically only what it's certified to do. Yeah, everybody's probably given us the best information that we could ask for. That's pretty good.
No, Lord, I hope we get in because it could be an adventure.
And I didn't realize quite how many people tried to do this. But the fact that everybody had all this trouble getting in, this is going to be tough.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I mean, the likelihood of either one of us getting in is remote. The likelihood of both of us getting in about zero.
Well, no matter what, I'm gonna go.
No, I'm gonna keep building the car.
Well, yeah,
Lukey B sent you a PDF of the rules.
Okay. Yeah, I did look through them.
Mm-hmm. They're bookmarked on my computer.
Yeah, I mean, I did look through them, but they were just, and again, I mean, when you say this shit, like I'm talking about how to have tires ready and everything else, somebody look at me and be like, you're a cheater. No, I'm an engine builder. I'm looking for every corner, every hole. That's what you do.
No,
And if it
I know how to read rules.
Right. If it doesn't say you can't do this, well, then you have to put in the rules, you can't do this, or I'm going to do it. That's kind of how this goes. That's how we look at things. That's how we
have to find the right person to lobby Freeburger to be on the show.
Well, that would be Tom, but good luck with that.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Oh, did I say that out loud?
Yes, you did.
I was going to say, I've actually met the guy a few times.
Tom?
No, Freeburger.
Well, I think the whole event is fantastic, and I think
I absolutely love the idea. It's probably the most fun in drag racing.
Mm-hmm. I would tend to agree. So, all right, well, I guess I'm going to try to get in. You're going to try to get in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to have any problem getting done. You're the one that's going to have an issue.
And it's going to take a ton of work, and I just took a job, so that's going to make it even worse. So I'm going to have to pay more people to work on more shit.
Well, people
free use of the machine shop.
Oh yeah, but I'm going to be traveling. So I mean,
people asked specifically me, like when I was going to be, actually getting started. Tim from Coast knows what has to be done. Tom actually told me I have to call with Tim to confirm as to when and how.
Oh, you mean me?
Yeah, well, I don't know about you. I mean, I don't care about you. I care about me.
I meant me bugging you about going to Coast.
No, because listen, see, now we're going to get into a little bit since you're going to get a little froggy. See, there are these times at night that out of the clear blue, I will get what I would like to dub the retarded FUD text. My Barracuda is going to beat your car. It's going to be so embarrassing for you to lose to me. Mm-hmm. I will go on record right here to everybody listening. And I don't care if this show gets downloaded 25,000 more times than usual. Oh. You will never beat me. Never.
Okay. Ooh.
Never. So
okay.
And I will lock up some cash for you to keep our street racer guys happy. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to lock up something for something that doesn't get done.
Fair enough.
So we'll discuss a little bit when we get this squared away.
By application day, we'll lock it up.
This is a grudge on top of the power tour.
Listen,
a grudge tour.
Find out how much money your wife will give you. Come here and put it on the table, and I'll be sure. I might even give you odds. That might be how far we're going to go here.
Oh, we got people playing bets now already.
Okay.
Oh, Mike's getting annoyed because I'm off mic trying to look at the screen.
Yes. We really do need those cameras like we talked about on Facebook Live. But anyway, Tim knows we have to do. There's some discussion over turbo implementation. Who's going to do the headers? If they could work on manifolds in the Corvette the way it sits. What we can do for the front end. I talked to Howard about it briefly, the tube front end versus the, spring front end. Apparently, I do have to
keep... The tube front end is the coilover?
Well, no, because the car is a big, giant aluminum cradle that holds everything in the front. Mm-hmm. So it would be, for plumbing and ease and use, you take the leaf spring out, and you basically just have the motor mounts holding the motor up, and then a nice tube frame underneath, and it holds the lower arms. That's all it is.
Okay.
So it frees up space. So
yeah, kind of like mine.
There's some question as to that. Driveline is sorted out, done, finished. Not in the car, but all done.
You know what to buy, or it's half bought.
Half bought. Engine size, that's up to Tom. We're gonna do a little more with that when he gets back, because I'm not going to use a 5.3 in standard 5.3 form. It'll be a 5.3 with stroke. And a custom piston, a good rod. Well, we had the whole rod conversation, but I mean, all this stuff should come together pretty quickly because there's nothing really that's a wait for me, and you don't really have to build a lot. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like when a guy is building a car like yours, you have to build the car. These cars, so many people have done this. A lot of the shit just bolts on. Like, I mean, we know we can't change suspension. You're moving leaf springs and doing all kinds of shit. The most I can do is bolt on coilovers. That's it.
Yeah, well, you got to put a cage in the thing. And
that's Tim.
I know.
And he's done it all done before, easy, simple.
Fair enough.
I'll be done in plenty of time, Fuddly.
Remember, Mike's car is a kit car, basically. So,
well, that's the other thing. I mean, a lot of my car, you can unbolt everything off the tub and have it sitting in a garage. I mean, you can practically panel paint the whole damn thing.
Put a Bradley
you
GT
sent me a picture of like how you have to change the motors. Like, holy shit, you've really, it looks really disassembled, but like,
but it's just the subframe, the entire frame dropping out.
Yeah.
And people have pulled motors out of the top. I wouldn't try it, but they did it in my 2013. They took it out at the top. But the way to service that car, and then I don't know, like if you're going to do the trans, can you just kind of let the whole assembly hang and get the trans off the torque tube? Like I don't know how hard it is to do.
I think so, but
again, not something, like I said, if it breaks, I go home. Because that's kind of what you have to expect with a Corvette. It's not a friendly car to fix. I would be much better off with a Malibu or a regular car you could just fix. But it's not what I have. It's not what I want to
just
start
leave your cleanup crew there to grab all the socks of the car and bring it all home. Right? God. Well, I heard you won't throw out your Corvette socks. That's the thing. Somebody mentioned this.
Yeah, our guys are really funny. All right. So, anything else of interest that we've noticed over the course of this week? I know you had brought up Carl Edwards retiring.
Yeah, no, and I thought that was kind of odd. I mean, the guy's 38, and I thought maybe he was getting shuffled out for the guy who's going to replace him.
No.
Suarez or whatever. But, you brought up a good point. He's 38, he's healthy.
I think I read in the interview, he just doesn't want to get hurt. He's...
God bless him. I can believe that.
He's towards the top of his game. He has other things he'd like to do in life.
He's made enough money, and
I'm sure he has.
Yeah, no, and honestly, God bless him. I understand that.
So, I mean, if he wants to get out of this because he's worried about health and safety, if that's a driver of that class saying that means that there's a little more circulating around there than we probably hear. If people are getting concerned,
no, I mean, honestly, we've seen any number of people die doing this. Maybe not recently, but in our lifetime. And if that's the motivator, I'm
pretty sure
I'm not going to argue.
I read it. Might have been on Fox News on their website, or it might have been CNN. I saw it somewhere where they said, "Why is he leaving?" or whatever. And from what I got from that article is that he didn't want to get hurt. That he kind of what he's saying is, I've accomplished enough that I'm satisfied. I'm done.
Wait, Trump doesn't like that. It's fake news.
What?
Trump doesn't like it. It's fake news.
Thank you, Todd.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
No.
And I mean, look, you have Junior, who, and I'm not a Cup guy. I don't watch this. I don't follow it.
No, neither do I. I mean, the news was brought to me by my car builder.
I just, I think that it
Junior's
really
been on fire. He's been out for what, 3/4 of a season for concussions and shit like that. It is not safe.
I mean, that's the thing right there. Somebody's been out for 3/4 of a season with a concussion. I mean, that kind of, I don't want to say this because I don't want to be accused of starting rumors, but a 3-month concussion, that sounds like that's going beyond concussion.
Yeah, like you really got your shit rattled.
Yeah, and
like damaging.
Look, I support him 100% because everybody's got to do what they think. He's got a wife, he's got kids. I mean, he's got to.
No,
and like you said, I'm sure he's got plenty of cash. I'm sure that's not a problem.
No, I'm pretty certain they pay pretty well at that point.
And then you brought up 24-hour Le Mans.
Yes, 2.5 weeks. Yeah, I'm going to be up for a long time.
And remember, I told everybody when they were saying, when's your car going to Florida? And I said the beginning of February, like right in that range.
Oh, then I would drive it and go for that.
Well,
because I did it 7 years ago. And oh my God, that is the coolest thing to see.
Well, my brother goes down there. God, when does he leave? I think he leaves on the 17th because they have Speed Week and they run the dirt track at Volusia. So that's why we're trying to tie all that together. Yes, Dad.
No, I'm just looking at the comments, and Matt is way too awkward for any time. Start a radio. Okay.
What, Mike? Dad, what are you doing? You too. Oh my God.
Again, no, I don't have a camera in here, so nobody knows what we're talking about.
I was only looking because I didn't understand.
Listen, there's no reason for you to look at the screen. None. Because if they're going to abuse you, trust me, I'm going to tell you that, hey, here's some abuse for Fudd. You ain't got to worry about it.
Okay. Yeah, no. And going back to what we were saying, I went in 2009. That was the coolest race I ever saw.
Did you actually go to the race?
Yeah. Okay. I stayed there 24 hours.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Where did you watch from?
I had the
because the one thing I will say, watching it on TV, it didn't look like there were a lot of people there.
No, I was the one that got the the club thing where I got to sit in the tower and they, had catered food and it was great.
But I mean, like from
So you weren't sitting on top of an RV trying to
No,
look over the
no,
people?
no.
but like as a walk-in, can you just go in and go into the event?
Yeah. I mean, you can just walk in.
Yeah, because it didn't all I'm saying is it didn't look like there was anybody in the place.
No, I was in the thing they have behind the winner's circle.
Like a hospitality area?
I paid like $375, but I got catered meals and, it was warm and I got to sit on top of the thing and like, holy crap, that was perfect.
And how is it there watching? Because the only road race I ever was in Daytona, I went to the Daytona 200 motorcycle race.
Mm-hmm.
Where we were, you couldn't see shit.
Where I was, I could see every blessed thing.
Could you really?
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. Well,
Did they give you a set of like Le Mans socks to take home?
No, I have a hat. It says Champions Club is what it was.
Mike wouldn't care for that, so.
you guys are too much.
when you see my
I can't
Rolex,
wait till Tom comes back.
when you see
I never thought I'd say that out loud. I can't wait till Tom comes
I'll
back.
agree. What are you kidding?
I can't wait till Tom comes back.
I mean, I've seen Formula One on several continents. That to me is still the best race I saw.
Okay. Well, I'd like to go see it. I think it'd be fun. But that's about the time the car will be making that trip, because either it's going to get driven down by one of my dirt track guys that's going to go down there early, or we'll go down there in a transport, one or the other. But that's the plan. Mm-hmm. And I got to get with Howard when Tom gets back, and then we kind of talked about it. When Tom gets back, that's when things are really going to start to happen. Mm-hmm. So we'll get done. So I think it'll be good.
It's going to be a lot of work.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, if you got one person assembling a car, one person sending a car down to get assembled. So there's a difference.
There is. I do have a little bit of like the bitch factor, like feeling here,
Well, I do too. I mean, I've got a guy, doing all the cage work.
Yeah, but I mean, I kind of like there is a little bit of guilt. Like, shouldn't I be doing something? Like, maybe I should put the tires on or something. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing.
Well, you change the plugs after a run.
I mean, I'm gonna do the motor.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna put the motor together.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm
gonna clean mine and put it back in the car.
Yeah, I have virtually no interest of doing the work on the car itself.
Alan's trying not to let the magic out. You're going to be the magician here, so
yes,
we'll see whose motor goes farther.
Come on, Ted.
What? This is new to you. You're not an LS guy. You're a freaking old small block shit.
Come on, Ted. Give me a break. All right. Anything else so we can end this fucking train wreck?
Well,
you sure you don't, Alan? You want to look at the chat before I fucking?
No. I was going to ask, can we give Jeff a plug?
Sure.
Okay. If anybody's
which Jeff is this?
Jeff, not you in the chat.
Yeah,
room.
no, not Wonky Rod Jeff. No, my buddy Jeff building the car. If you're in southern Wisconsin, this guy's just a regular engine builder, welder, fabricator, does cages, been racing for a while. If you need nitrous, if you need race gas, Jim's Car Shop, Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
And he's actually like older time speed shop, or is it?
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, old time.
Okay. So he has fuel, he has nitrous, he has carburetor gaskets, all the dumb shit.
No, he's got all the shit hanging on the wall.
Yep.
He's got a milling machine in the back. He's got a lathe in the back. He's got more weird cars that he's worked on than you've ever seen.
Sounds kind of like TK used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and he's just a generally good guy.
There's those shops.
There's the difference.
Those shops are just not around anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, there's just not
and
too many places
and he's
like
fighting, which is why I'm trying to mention him and try and get a shout out. Anybody need anything?
What do you mean fighting?
Money's a little tight this month. He's getting a little weirded out.
Well, that's kind of the nature of that business.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, for the local guy to compete against the buying power of Summit, the profit margins of Summit,
no doubt,
the no sales tax a lot of times at Summit, it makes it really tough. Yeah. Really tough.
James. And Amazon now. So
even Amazon.
Yeah.
I'm just as guilty of it. I mean, just 90% of the shit I bought now. I mean,
you can go to Amazon as free shipping, next day.
I hate them and I buy everything from them.
Yeah. No, I've been looking at Aeromotive and usually the lowest price is Amazon. Shit.
Not only that, I will look on Amazon. I will find out who was fulfilled by Amazon. So meaning it's at Amazon and they're going to ship it, but it's sold. So maybe you say, well, you're helping a regular guy because I'm not buying this stuff. See, look, here's the deal.
It's not a Jeff Bezos deal.
If Amazon has it, they own it and they sell it,
Right.
and they charge you sales tax. If you find, Joe Nitwit who's selling it, but he sent his inventory to Amazon and you buy it, unless he's in your state, there is no sales tax.
Right.
Alan, I'm going to stab you in the eyeball with a pen.
I saw Fudd and Wisconsin. I was just checking it out. Hi, Matt.
A guy's looking for Jeff's website.
JimsCarShop.com. It will be up for a little while and then it'll be down for a little while because we're trying to move it.
Okay. All right. So that's it. And Jeff's a good guy. He doesn't particularly care for me much.
No, he actually kind of likes you.
Not under.
No, his wife thinks you're a fucking weirdo.
I don't know why. I called her ma'am. How could anybody? Is that?
Oh, and if anybody needs to just call Jeff and plug it in their phone, 920-922-2658.
Now, he knows that number offhand.
Yeah.
Not our number.
Yeah, that's all right. He doesn't pay attention to anything here except for the fucking goddamn computer screen. All right. Well, we'll be back next week. So
Thank you all. It was fun.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure they're thrilled you were here, Alan. So, we'll see you next week. Monday, Tom will be back. And I think we have a good guest scheduled. So keep an eye on Facebook and everything, and we'll see. See ya.
Later.